Hello, welcome to this reading for What Are People Thinking About You Currently. Of course, this is timeless. Only take it if it feels like it's your message. But yeah, without any further ado, here are the options. Hi, everybody that picked option number one. I'm using the Cat Tarot. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle tarot and oracle cards, and then we're going to get started. We have the King of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Hangman, the Five of Cups in reverse. We have the Page of Cups, and we're going to take one more tarot card right now. The Ace of Pentacles. So now let's see which goddess wants to come through for you. Oh wow, Mother Mary, expect a miracle. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. Okay. And then we're gonna pull two of these. Let's see. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Oh, that's two. Illumination and Diligence. So for you guys over here in this group, most recently in your past, people have noticed that you have been extremely hardworking and overwhelmed even at times by the amount you're taking on in a certain area of your life, most likely like work related or just related to your money for a lot of you, or school even. Just with everything maybe even in your life, there's just been a lot going on. People have noticed that you're either really busy or that you just have a lot on your plate. And I feel like for a lot of you, this has some type of direct correlation to money. I think that people have been watching you build something up in relation to your money or your career. And even if this is just the beginning, because I do see that there is a brand new start in something, I feel like a lot of you, though, are very far into something that you've been creating, because you have the King of Pentacles here. So people are definitely viewing you as either having the potential to go very far with something, you're just starting, or you've already gone pretty far and pretty soon you're going to be starting a new phase in what you've been working at so hard. There might have been a period that people even noticed in your life things had slowed down. Like maybe things happened really quickly, there was a lot happening, and then out of nowhere it just kind of seemed like it didn't go any further, or something slowed down, or something didn't progress at the same speed it was in the past. Maybe you feel like it's been a really difficult, hard time, but on the outside, people see you as very gracefully moving past this or through this and dealing with things that come in a very good way, a very good manner. Like you're smart and you're pretty tactical about how you're going about these situations in your life, especially correlated to career or money in particular. And it doesn't only have to be career and money, but for the majority of people at this group, I do feel like that's a very big deal in your life right now, which I mean, it is for most people, but in particular, recently and in the present, you've been pretty focused on creating more financial abundance. So I don't know if maybe you have been trying to seem like everything's still fine when sometimes things aren't, but people really do see that, like, I mean, what they don't see is that it is really difficult, or they're not undermining how difficult it is, I guess. It's more so like, it seems like you're making it easy. Like whatever you're going through, you seem like you're just really graceful through it. You also recently could have learned something that took you, or is taking you currently, to the next stage of whatever this is. And for a lot of you, that could mean starting something completely new, or starting something new in what you're already doing, because we have the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Cups here. So for a lot of you, it could be something you've been doing for a while. Of course, the Page of Cups can represent like a long-term dream. Maybe you've had some type of disappointments that you're starting to let go of. Maybe you're realizing now in the moment that those disappointments were what was keeping you in this stagnant energy and being focused on the disappointments instead of what was still left or what you could still work with in a way. People notice that you had some type of goal or dream that was around for a long time, and you might have had some setbacks, something not progressing at the speed that it once was or that you were once hoping it would be. But people are suddenly going to see this is something that's either already happening for a lot of you, since this is what are they thinking right now, or this is something that's about to happen really, really soon, a new level or a new stage to what you're doing, something coming in, an opportunity coming in, being handed to you, a golden opportunity, and it's going to make your heart feel so happy. This is something that has been hurting your heart in the past. It's something that you were upset about, definitely emotionally invested in the past. And this is coming back around in a form of something new or a new level in what you're already doing, that's something that you've already been really committed to. For a lot of you, I do think that this is something you've been committed to already. And sometimes I think maybe in the past you might have noticed certain people, and I feel like this is more people related to you for some reason, but certain people might have undermined the things that you were hoping to happen, or tried to, even if it was in a nicer way, they tried to be like, oh, don't get your hopes up. But this opportunity is coming in, and they're gonna it's gonna be like, whoa, they're gonna actually be in shock a little bit. I'm seeing some people, especially with this expect a miracle card, it's gonna be something that's kind of like out of nowhere. For some of you, it's like very abrupt and sudden, very good news. For a lot of you, you could even be kind of vocal about how you've had like a realization and that you're maybe you're doing something differently or trying something different. Or maybe you just had some type of realization that has made you either maybe more diligent towards something, strengthened your commitment to it even more somehow. But something has been illuminated. And these two cards, the Hangman talks about something being illuminated. If you know the original card in the Rider-Waite, the Hangman has a circle around his head of light. So I wanted to show you. As you can see, there's a light around here which represents him having a big realization, awakening, a new level of consciousness being given to him, accessed in that moment. And that's why he's hanging there, to gain that. He put himself there deliberately. That is the storyline of that card. But anyways, it seems like you chose this path for a reason. People are seeing that you chose this path for a reason, and they're seeing how it's forming or molding the type of person you are now. Like, you're much more wise, you have much more knowledge, not just about the field you're in, but in general, like with life situations. It seems like you're the type of person that always see things from a bigger picture. And maybe that's why also you get people coming to you for advice or what you think about things, even if it's not advice, it's just maybe they want to get your opinion a lot of times. For some of you recently, maybe you've been a little bit more, maybe not extroverted, but you've been showing more parts of yourself to people that maybe in the past you weren't. And this is something it's not shocking to people, but they're like, whoa, I would have never really guessed that this is also what this person is like. But then they're kind of like, oh, it makes sense though. I think maybe some people that you're not doing so well with are scared of like the heights you might reach, or like where the places you might go, like how far up you might go in what you're doing. For some of you, maybe recently you've been trying to take care of your health more or do something different with how you look to better it, and also your health. Like in some relation, it seems like it might be related to your health. And people are noticing the effects, or like they're noticing, at least like if you're especially taking pictures for some of you, like certain features that you may have or something. I don't know why this is coming. There's something just standing out more in like at this time. Some of you could quite literally end up being famous, or some of you maybe very, very well recognized in what you're doing right now in the future. And some people, I think, definitely think of you in that way. Like they think that you have the potential for that. People think that you have very pure intentions, that you're a very honest person, that you just want everyone to be able to live their life freely and, well, obviously not harm other people or themselves, but you have a really, I think, strong desire for freedom. You like the truth being told. You're one to like the truth to be out. People see you as someone who's like a truth bringer. People definitely see you as someone who's very blessed. A lot of people, believe it or not, wish that they had the life that you're living, or that in a way, almost some people even could wish that they were you. You might even know a few people that kind of like come to your mind when I say that. I think people really do, though, just see you as the type of person, so when situations get harder, like you get tougher too, like you amp up the energy, you just bring it more. Like you don't back down from things that you feel are either the truth or things that you believe in, things that you want to bring into life, like truly. You are very committed. You like to see things through. I mean, you could already be doing pretty well with financial stability, like I said. People could be noticing or thinking about that currently, about how did you get there, even for some of you, or how are you doing this? How are you at the point you're at? Because apparently there's something about it that's like, maybe you're very young and you have a lot of money, or something about how you got there intrigues people. For those of you that are already pretty financially set, or even just set in your path where you're headed. There's something about what you're doing though that people are looking at. Like even if it's like going to school, a certain school, people are just like very intrigued at how you got there or you got to the point you're at. A lot of you could also be very clever or witty people. This is what some people might think of you. Also, especially about like your humor for some of you. If you've given anyone a hug recently, or like a handshake even, or something like that, people think that you're very good at hugs or handshakes. I don't know why that's coming through, but like the last person you hugged or gave a handshake to, they particularly in that moment were like, oh, this person's like good at giving hugs. I don't know why that's coming through. Honestly, people really just see you as someone who can bring what they're hoping for into the material world. Things that you say end up coming true for some of you, or things that you express to other people that you want, they slowly start to come true, even if it's just like the beginning stages of it. A lot of people notice this. It's not just you noticing it. You definitely seem like you're the leader type, and people see you as a leader in whatever you are doing, specifically again with work or career, and in general just in social life too. The things you do have really big influence on others. All right, so I think that's what I have for you guys. Thank you for listening, pile number 1. Thanks for playing some tarot with me, and I hope it resonated for you, and I will see you in another video. Bye-bye. Hi everybody that picked option number 2. I'm using the Cat Tarot. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this and some oracle cards out, and then we'll go ahead and start. I have tiny hands. I guess they're not that tiny. Judgment. I didn't split the deck yet, but I just really... Ooh, Judgment and the Chariot. Look at how these cards have the same color scheme. The Lovers. 3 major arcana in a row. What? Okay. The 3 of Cups. That's very good. Now we're gonna split it. 2 more cards. The Hanged Man, another major arcana, and the 2 of Pentacles. Now let's see which goddess wants to come through here representing you. Pull this. Transformation, Butterfly Maiden. You are expecting, no. Ooh, maybe you're expecting a change to come, but you are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. Maybe what you're expecting to happen is what's gonna happen. But let's see. How are people thinking about you right now? freedom. This is the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck, by the way. Let's go ahead and shuffle this one too. New beginnings. That makes sense with this card coming out. As you can see, this has rainbows in it, and this has a kind of rainbow scheme too. That's interesting. Those are different decks. A lot of people are currently viewing you as having gone through a huge transformation. You're a completely new chapter of your life. Like, this could mean that you just left something behind. People are aware of this. People are noticing this, that you moved on from this. Some of you physically even moved. Not everyone, of course. But it seems like you grew in wisdom a lot recently. You could have made a really big decision about something, and this has recently either really moved your life forward or it's about to. And this is a decision you're making currently, if this isn't something from the past, like recent past. People that know you really well or are always in your vicinity, that you're like always, you know, comfortable with or honest with, I think that you're either more psychic now in a way or just more intuitive. Like your intuition is extremely sharp at this moment. You could, for a lot of you, be mediums or just be receiving certain types of messages from the universe. Maybe you do tarot as well. But for those of you that resonates with, people are thinking that you're extremely accurate with these things, or that they somehow think that you have some type of connection to the spiritual realm. Whether or not you feel like you're successful right now, people are viewing you as being very successful in life at this moment, at your age or wherever you're at. You're doing very well, or something is just working out very well for you, or that is what it seems like. It seems like you are enjoying life to other people. People think that your life is full of love and light and happy days. Also, for a lot of you, some type of celebrating, like there's a lot of celebrating in your life, or maybe you've been celebrating something recently, or even maybe just literally going out with your friends or even family or whatever, but actually celebrating, like partying. For some of you, people are noticing you doing that more, having more fun with people in particular. For some of you, you could be purposefully putting something on hold in your life, or something that's been overwhelming, maybe purposefully just leaving it alone for a little bit to let it mellow out or work itself out. But people are in general seeing that you've kind of withdrawn from a certain situation for some of you. Regardless, I think maybe also something could have gotten really overwhelming, and maybe you had like this big epiphany, and maybe you're vocal about it. I think I mentioned that, but people noticed that you had this big download, basically, that you realized something very big, and then instantly, it's like you kind of instantly changed something, or something instantly changed in your life. And you could be feeling a lot more free recently, and people are viewing you as someone who seems very like chill and free. Like, you don't seem like you're super worried about anything, even if you are, I guess. Whether you know it or not, things are about to change very drastically for the better for you. You're going to be celebrating things soon. And a lot of you, if you're not in a love situation, if you are, that's going to be getting much stronger, deeper, better somehow. But those of you that aren't, there's something new possibly within the next like 5 months, I'd say, that's possibly going to be the next big love situation in your life coming in. I think in general, people are viewing you as playful at this moment, having fun in life. Like I said, being more free to be yourself, free to do whatever you want to do. Maybe you could have gotten out of a relationship for a lot of you. Now you're single and enjoying that single free life. You definitely went through something hard though recently, because obviously to transform into a butterfly, the cocoon stage is not comfortable. So you were going through something that pushed you, that was uncomfortable, that pushed you into this position basically where you would have this realization, not only about your situation, but a big realization in general in life that the universe, I guess, needed you to have at this time. And now that you've had it, that's why things are suddenly going to start going forward much faster now, much faster. And you're going to feel like decisions are much more easy. Like, I know this isn't about what people think about you. I just have to tell you this, though. You're going to feel like decisions are like much more easier to make. Maybe in the past you felt like you didn't know what decisions to make, or you felt like you were not in touch with your intuition, and you maybe some of you even literally said, I don't feel like I'm like myself right now, like I can't tell what to do, for some of you. And that's gonna be over. You're gonna be much more connected again to that part of you that can tell. And some of you, this is something you were really patient about in the past. Your patience was tested, and you basically passed this test. People noticed that you were very patient with something in your life or someone in your life. And it wasn't just like, I guess, take the message that trust me, it wasn't just you that noticed how like unfair or like how hard it must have been to be so patient in that situation. Like other people noticed it as well, whatever this is related to. So I do want to mention, you could have also had some people in your life that maybe you're not even necessarily like they're not in your life, but people that might have been in your life at some point that you might have had a falling out with, looking at you thinking, oh, this person is so like greedy for the things that they're receiving. Some people might just be a little bit jealous or like looking at you like you're greedy. And for some of you, like maybe you I feel like you know who I'm talking about, but this person is really just kind of just, or these people, I feel like it's mostly one person though for you guys here. I feel like this person is like just salty. They're just reflecting, you know, them, what they feel, and it really has nothing to do with you. And this is, I don't even think that this person's like vocal about this or anything. I feel like this is just what they're thinking. This person could be someone that in the past you kind of kept going back to or had a reoccurring like cycle with, even if it was like a friend. For a lot of you though, I do feel like this could have been a past relationship. I'm not sure exactly. Of course, it's going to be different for everyone, but you know. I just noticed this has birds on it, and obviously this has birds on it, this freedom card. Where you're headed is bringing you a lot more freedom. You're going to be feeling a lot more free pretty soon than you feel right now. Even if you already are feeling much more free than you were, it's going to get even better. Something about this success that's coming in, or this travel that you're doing, this move that you're doing, this forward movement that you are actually finally taking, or that's actually finally happening in your life, something about it is directly correlated to your future sense of freedom with maybe it's like with money for a lot of you, or just maybe it's even like with love. Like maybe you kind of felt like you were attached to someone in a negative way, and maybe this is what's giving you freedom from that. And you're just gonna be feeling like you know, a load has been put down. Like you don't have to carry around that burden or those thoughts anymore, those feelings anymore. But yeah, for a lot of you also maybe something about a new car or mode of transportation, or like maybe even roller skates for some of you. Maybe people are seeing you post about this or talk about this. You could have really been in your hermit mode or in a hermit mode recently where you kind of weren't going out as much, or maybe not hanging out with people that you used to as much, or posting as much about it, or I don't even know what it is necessarily for everyone, but it's something like that. And people are noticing that that's changed. Like there's a definitive like change in your personality almost. Some of you are coming out of like a hermit mode where you were very introverted, thinking or feeling more and observing more instead of, you know, acting, especially in social situations. But that seems to be changing pretty soon. Could be getting a little more extroverted. Of course, that doesn't really matter. Like if you already are an extrovert, it's just, you know, it's going to be amping up again. You're going to be feeling much more happy to be talking or hanging with people. I think people feel like there's many layers to you. You seem like quite a mysterious person recently to a lot of people, or situations at least in your life seem like they're very like there's some deep situations maybe that have gone through, or like somehow there's something about them that people, they don't know about, or I don't know, something that intrigues them about what you've been through, what you're doing. A lot of you could be big nature lovers, and people see that you're much more happier outdoors, or like when you're Even if it's like when you're posting pictures outdoors versus indoors, you might see that you are much more happy around like animals, especially also, or just nature. Honestly, your personality has just really changed a lot ever since this recent thing you've gone through, this hurdle that you've overcome. You have really changed as a person outwardly and inwardly. This is something that's like at the forefront of most people's minds, even the people that don't talk to you every day but have known you, let's say from like school or work in the past or even now, whatever. They're looking at you as someone who has definitely changed tremendously in the last 4 months specifically. And right now you're currently still going through that, and you're still changing in this very moment. And people are like wondering, kind of like, I wonder what they're going to be like in a few months from now. Like, you were kind of not predictable, but it just seems like people had an idea of who you were, and it seemed like that was constant or consistent. But now it seems like you're having like the freedom to choose who you want to be, and people are seeing this and seeing that you're changing a lot. But it's not like it's not you. You're now more free to be you. Okay, I think that's what I have for you guys. I hope that it resonated. Thank you for playing tarot with me. And yeah, I'll see you in another video, I hope. Bye-bye. Hey, everybody that picked option number 3, I'm using the Cat Tarot today, and I'm going to be shuffling your oracle cards out in a second as well. But yeah, let's just go ahead and shuffle these and see. Okay, I'll take it. The 2 of Wands. That is a cute cat. The 9 of Wands. Oh, something like that. Oh, there's so many wands. Wow, a lot of fire. Then we have the 8 of Wands. Okay, I'll take it. King of Cups. The Hierophant in reverse, and one more. The 10 of Swords. Now we're gonna pull a Goddess Guidance Oracle card. Let's see what you're kind of embodying right now, or what you're represented as. Peace, I think it's called Irene. There is no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. And, oh, okay. Power. Okay, I'll take it. Wisdom. So in this very moment, it seems like people are viewing you as someone who's very emotionally intelligent, very emotionally mature. I think people are saying that you are very close to achieving something with the 9 of Wands over here. You're at the end of something almost. You're right around the corner from something coming in or happening for you. Whether this is about you making a decision about something or deliberately making a change in your life, maybe you've been vocal about this to people, but it seems like you're right around the corner from something. A different message, like this isn't about what people think about you, is that this area of your life is about to speed up immensely. Like there's about to be crazy change, forward movement, like a very big acceleration. This could be coming through the form of communication or news from someone. You're gonna feel like a higher power was taking care of you and was watching you and making sure everything actually in the end did end up going in your favor, even when you felt like it wasn't that way. People could have noticed that you planned everything pretty far ahead into the future, that you kind of seem like you're a planner. You like to plan things. I don't think you like it when things don't go according to plan, and a lot of times that's what was going on with this situation. But you still stuck to what you were doing, because it seems like you're emotionally intelligent enough to discern that that was what you were meant to do. That's what you should have been doing. People see that you made the right judgment call, basically, even if it wasn't the traditional thing to do, or if it strayed from what was normal. You stuck to your gut about something, and this is leading you to the peace you've been seeking, the progress that you've been hoping to see. People could be seeing you as being a little defensive about something. Maybe someone in your life specifically, I think you probably know who I'm talking about. Seems like it's like one person maybe you argued about recently about something, or they just had a little bit of opposing views, or maybe they had something to say that didn't necessarily rub you the right way. And people view you as basically standing very strong in what you believe at this moment. You have a lot of power behind what you believe. People generally see that or feel like you're someone who's protected, or that the things that you do are somehow guiding you to something, or it seems like after all you've always been guided to this specific place that you're at in life right now, and it seems like there is a plan to it on the outside. At least people see it going well for you somehow. People see things in your life working out for you, even if you don't feel like that. People in general for some reason think that things work out for you a lot of times, or like I said, like there's like a higher power or something that just watches or takes care of you. So, like things always seem to end up going your way in the end. Even if you don't feel like this, for some reason there's certain people in your life that see you or see your life situations like that. But they do see that you've gone through a lot, that you've gained a lot of wisdom through the things you've gone through, and that you're someone that people can come to for advice about the certain things that were hard that they might be experiencing that you once experienced. For some of you, you could have had a younger sibling. This younger sibling looks up to you a lot, and they're really grateful for how you've taken care of them or whatever you've done to help them in their lives. It's really interesting. There's a lot of cards here talking about water, but this card specifically has dolphins, and this one also has dolphins in the painting, which is pretty interesting. And this card obviously is a water card. You're a very emotionally intelligent person. For some reason, I just heard you have very discerning eyes. Like people feel like you see through their soul. Like you just look into their soul. Like they can't hide the type of person they are. They can try to, but I don't think it works with you. Like you're too emotionally intelligent for that. You're too aware. You have like a radar for sensing when things are off. You could also be someone that is very connected to oceans or bodies of water. Maybe you are a water sign as well. Of course, you don't have to be. There's also a lot of fire sign here. And in general, I don't think that really matters necessarily in tarot. But anyways, there's a very big ending coming, or the end of a cycle that has been hard on you, that you have been thinking about heavily, probably expressing to people close to you your concerns about heavily. You could have just been feeling really anxious about whatever this is, or feeling like it was hurting you a lot for some of you. Like this was just creating a lot of painful thoughts, thought cycles, thought loops as well. And it seemed like maybe you didn't know how you were gonna stop thinking about this or think about this in a better light, but that is coming. And the pain that you're feeling or the thoughts you have are gonna transmute into wisdom and a higher level of understanding and looking at things. You're evolving right now. And I think you know a lot about like emotionally involving because you've done it before. This is just a different version of it. I feel like a lot of you could have just felt like there was a lot of like losing energy in something, or like passion going away even. Maybe not the passion part, but just feeling like the passion was there, but maybe you had no energy, or I don't even know. Like, I don't know why that was coming out, but I feel like that's changing, or that is at this moment already starting to change, and people are seeing that it seems like you have a lot more energy or power behind the things you're doing compared to like a few weeks ago or months ago. Like, there's a very direct difference. By the way, also, if you see not ravens, I guess ravens are like crows. Those are like signs. Those are good signs for you guys. Those are some of your spirit guides. You should probably look up a little bit about them. I'm telling you something about them. You know, they're really smart animals. They're really smart birds. I think they're pretty emotionally intelligent too. Like they can form bonds with humans, or like certain like attachments to humans. People see you currently definitely as someone who has a lot of depth to them. Like when people have conversations with you, it doesn't just touch basic stuff that they usually talk about with other people. Like you take things for like pretty deep, or like you just talk about things that some people would think are like not odd, but just unique. Some of you could have had or gotten a new tattoo recently that people really like. It's only going to resonate for a few people, of course. For some reason, there's just a message of you being like anxious or feeling like there's just a lot of thoughts, swarming thoughts about something. And there's certain people you're probably either vocal about it with or that are just really close to you that notice that you're really in your head about something or really worried about something. I think these people have like a gut feeling, even if they won't tell you, but they have a feeling that it's all going to be okay for you. Even if they don't express it, they feel like somehow it's going to work out for you. They, like I said, people always feel like someone is or something is taking care of you. You're a really trustworthy person. A lot of people put their trust in you. They trust what you say. There could also be an opportunity for you around the corner, something coming in. Also, like I mentioned in the beginning, some type of news that really starts bringing things into your life that were stagnant. When this happens, I feel like most people are gonna be like, I knew it. People think that it's always gonna work out for you, or like whatever you put your attention on always works out for you somehow. Even when it's unconventional, or when you don't do it the normal way you're supposed to. Definitely a lot about honesty for some reason. I feel like people, I don't know, something about you're just really honest. You probably do not ever lie about anything. A lot of you people think that your hair is very good on you, like however your hair is styled at this moment. People think that it looks very good on you. Or maybe if you've been thinking about doing something different with your hair, the people you've told about or asked about it definitely think that it would be, like they're not lying, they think it would be a good change or something. I'm getting a message that some of you here are like this is very like, you know, obviously a very not general message, so it's not gonna resonate for everyone, but some of you here are vegetarian and certain people really admire how long you've kept that up, or like something about your diet, something specific that you've been really strict about with yourself. You seem like a really playful person, but people don't want to get on your bad side. I don't know, for some reason they're just scared about getting on your bad side. People are intimidated by you, I think, for sure. You are somehow a very powerful person. You just have that aura. People just see you as someone who's very powerful. Some of you could have fall birthdays. You might make people anxious, like people might be anxious or scared to talk to you, or like maybe even notice when they talk to you, maybe sometimes their voice shakes, or like, especially maybe sometimes the opposite gender, or, you know, whichever one. So yeah, I think that's what I have for you guys. Pile number 3. Thank you for playing some tarot with me. I hope it resonated, and I hope to see you in another video. So yeah, bye-bye.